Guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. For my returning viewers, welcome back, and for new viewers, welcome. I'm glad that you found me here on YouTube. Hopefully, if you enjoy the video, you will like and possibly subscribe. That way you will be notified when I upload new videos. Right, so today's video is a monthly reading. It's our general monthly reading for May 2018. For this reading, I'll be using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck, right, as the main spread. And then I'll pull two additional oracle cards from the Sacred Traveler deck by Denise, Linn, and the Soulful Woman Guidance card deck. And that one's by Shushann, Movessian, and Gemma Summers. Just a quick reminder, I will also be putting out a full moon reading coming up at the end of April for that full moon. It's a special spread that I do at each full moon, and then I do an additional video, which is a giveaway video, okay? So each full moon I offer a chance to win a one-question free tarot reading from me. All you have to do is watch the video, comment, like it. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe to the channel, and then you'll be entered into a drawing. So be looking out for those. And also, as I always say, these are general readings. Please keep that in mind. So the messages may or may not resonate with you. It's a good idea, besides watching your sun sign video, it's a good idea to watch both your moon and your rising sign. That way you can, you'll have a better overall view of what's coming up for you during that time period. If you would like a more personalized reading, you could the only way to really do that's to get a private reading from me. If you're interested, you could take a look at my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com. There you'll find pricing as well as information about the types of videos that I offer, the video readings, or you could email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. Okay, so I will stop for now, and I will see each of the signs in 1 second for your reading. Hi Aquarius, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your May 2018 reading. As you can see, I've already shuffled off camera and have laid the spread just to try to save a little bit of time. Let's jump into it here. At the center of your reading, you have the Knight of Pentacles, crossed by the Page of Wands. At the foundation of your reading, you have the Three of Wands. In the recent past, you have Major Arcana number 3, the Empress. Crowning your reading, the message from your higher self is another 3. So you have 3 threes here. The Three of Cups. In the near future, you have the Eight of Wands. You in the reading appear as Major Arcana 0, the Fool. Surrounding you in your environment, you have Major Arcana number 14, Temperance. Your hopes and fears, the Nine of Wands. And the outbound energy for the month of May as you head into June is the Eight of Swords. And the overall energy for the month of May, the card that was at the bottom of the deck, is the Ten of Cups. And the two oracle cards from the Sacred Traveler deck, you have Embracing Enthusiasm, Shout to the Heavens with Happiness. And from the Soulful Woman deck, you have card number 1, Love-Based Reality. I'm soul nurtured when I surround myself with friends and family who support a love-based reality. All right, so starting off with cards at the center of the reading. So the Knight of Pentacles. The suit of Pentacles is Earth energy, and Earth energy deals with our jobs, so the career, the money that we earn. Is all of the material wealth and possessions here in the material realm. So prosperity. It can also have to do with education, knowledge. And knights usually They usually bring in messages, and they also act on messages. So sometimes, the knights can bring in sort of an offering, or other times, they're acting on something. And in the case of the Knight of Pentacles, out of all of the knights, he is the slowest moving of the knights, right? He's the slow and steady wins the race type of energy. So he, once he sets his sight on a particular goal, he just, um, he plods along, and he just keeps working very, very diligently until he reaches his goal. So it's a slow paced, but it's a very stable, very reliable energy. And just really being focused on, whatever this end goal is, and just, nose to the grindstone and sort of working hard to get there. He's crossed by this Page of Wands, and Wands energy is fire energy, and so it deals with, it can also have to do with, the daily matters in life. So again, our jobs, chores around the home, but it's also creativity and creative projects, creative endeavors, and our own determination and ambition and fire and passion for doing those things. And with the page, I didn't say this about the knight, but when we have court cards in a reading, they can be actual people who are playing a significant role during, the time period, so during the month of May. So if so, in the case of the Knight of Pentacles, he would typically be a middle-aged earth sign individual, male or female, not gender specific in these general readings, but usually a middle-aged earth sign, so Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And then in the case of the Page of Wands, Page is a very young, very immature energy. So it could even be a child of yours, somebody sort of a teenager, or somebody in their early 20s, fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Or, I tend to view both the knights and the pages really more as events, situations, and pages are definitely messengers. They bring in news. The Page of Wands, despite being, a very immature, very young energy, the Page of Wands is a very creative figure. It's somebody who really is able to think outside of the box. If there's a problem to be solved, this Page of Wands really sort of has great ideas, has great vision, is able to view things from a different perspective, think outside of the box, and come up with a good solution for it. So as somebody who's very, very enthusiastic, could be news of, new business ventures, new creative endeavors. But Wands, different than, Pentacles, Wands, as it's fire energy, it's very fast-paced, so different than this slow and steady energy. The Wands, fire kind of burns out very quickly. So it's fast-paced, something quick to do with, a new creative project or endeavor, or vision. So it could be something that happens quite quickly. We'll see how these two play in with the rest of the cards here in your reading. But the foundation, you have the Three of Wands, so more fire energy. And usually we think of the Three of Wands as being, or threes in the tarot, and you do have 3 threes, as I said. They usually speak of, it's very expansive energy, very, fertile, very kind of endless opportunities, growth. Those are all words that we usually associate with the threes. And the Three of Wands is all about, this endless opportunities. It's a card of exploration. It's a card of great vision and foresight. And really the Three of Wands is sort of them waiting for your ships to come in. It's that energy, and this card doesn't show it. In the traditional deck, the Three of Wands has the man, he's standing on a cliff looking out to sea and waiting for his ships to come in. So after all of the time and effort and, hard work and investment in whatever, the decision he made with the Two of Wands, which comes before the three, he's now waiting to see, okay, and now what? What am I going to get in return? Where are things going from here? As, I mentioned he's staring out to sea. There could have something to do with water, being by the water, or news coming from overseas, something to do with overseas. But it's all about seeing what rewards you will get after, your hard work and efforts you've put into something. With the Empress in the past position, the Empress is all, like I said, is very fertile energy. So for some of you, in the past, that you could have received news of a pregnancy, could be your own, could be somebody around you, birth of a child. The Empress can also be, actually giving birth to new ideas, new projects. It's very expansive energy. So expanding your horizons, new opportunities, new ventures, and expanding your horizons too. Maybe there are things that you hadn't thought of doing in the past. So it's, sort of expanding out and really taking or going after whatever these opportunities are. The Three of Cups crowning your reading, the message from your higher self, is another three, and it's a card of celebration, right? The Suit of Cups is water energy, and it has to do with our feelings, our our emotions, our relationships, also our intuition, psychic abilities. And the Three of Cups is about, a celebration, gathering with people. It can be something as simple as getting together with friends and going out to dinner, or just, meeting at somebody's house, having a coffee. It can be something as significant as, the celebration of the news of a birth, right? The birth of a child. It can be celebrating a pregnancy. It can be celebrating an engagement, celebrating a wedding. So it can be more significant celebrations with this Three of Cups card. We do have, again, the pregnancy, the celebration of that here. For some of you, that could be quite relevant in your life. For others, this is just, a celebration, possibly celebrating, or some sort of connecting with other people, celebrating some type of accomplishment. But really, it's about, being with others, celebrating this time with other people, the camaraderie, the friendship, the relationship. And then you have news in the future. So this Eight of Wands coming up in the future position, it's fast-paced news. So more fire energy. We usually think of it as this back and forth, quick news coming in, rapid news. So like texting or emailing, messaging online. It's don't usually associate it with like snail mail. It's the fast-paced back and forth. So you could be receiving significant news, towards the middle to end of the month, you emailing back and forth with somebody. And usually, it can also have to do, besides, messages, it can also have to do with taking quick action, quick decisive action on something. It can also mean like within the work, finishing a project, reaching a goal, some type of, completion with this Eight. And then where you appear as the Fool, so new beginnings, and these are significant. You have two major arcana cards here, right? The Fool, and then surrounded by Temperance. So the Fool is all about, being willing to take that leap of faith. You see that she's here on the cliff, has one foot hanging off the edge, even though she's not really sure, how things will pan out for her, what really, lies, or what she will encounter when she steps off the cliff. She's trusting in the universe. She's trusting in the experience. She's trusting in whatever this new adventure, new opportunity, new cycle is, because the Fool is it's the zero card. It's the beginning of the journey. So there's, some significant new beginning for some of you. And then with Temperance surrounding you, or how others are viewing you, Temperance is all about balance. It can also have to do with divine timing. It can have to do with sometimes a delay, but, because of the divine timing. And more than anything, moderation. Moderation in different areas of your life, balancing different areas of your life. Doing things in moderation, for example, eating in moderation, drinking in moderation, exercising in moderation, and, any area of your life. So it really is a card that speaks of balance. And then something, to do with balance and this new beginning, this new journey, taking a more moderate approach or more balanced approach to this new beginning. Now, your hopes and fears, you have the Nine of Wands. More fire energy here. And the Nine of Wands usually speaks of, it's kind of like, one last obstacle that you have to face before reaching whatever it is that you're going to reach. It's that sort of energy. You see that the woman here, she looks as though she's pausing, she's resting. There really isn't anything, in sight as far as, an obstacle or anything like that. But she's very cautious. So she's sort of resting, deliberating on next steps, but she's also doing so, with caution. This card usually, it sometimes says that there could be something that you're feeling slightly defensive. You might be coming up against, something you don't want to be caught off guard. So you're proceeding very carefully. You're planning your next course of action, even though it might seem as though you're just resting. You're not. You're planning. You're figuring out where, what's next. And then keeping a very, cautious eye on what's going on around you. So, with this as your hopes and fears, I think it's more about sort of fearing possibly being caught off guard, or hoping that you're going to be able to, proceed with caution. There won't be, or you'll be able to make it through if there is an obstacle, if there is one more hurdle that you have to cross, that you'll be able to do so. Now, the Eight of Swords is the outbound energy for the month. It's a card of feeling stuck, feeling trapped in place, feeling unable to get out of a certain situation. But, the suit of swords is only, it's only our thoughts. It's a suit of the mind, our intellect. It's cerebral energy. So this isn't really true, right? It's how we think about things. And you can see that even on the card, the woman, okay, she does have, things tying her up there. She has the ribbons around her. She appears to be blindfolded. There are swords surrounding her. But she could, very easily sort of wiggle, get out of that, the things that are holding her tight there. She could remove the blindfold, and she's, small enough that she could make it through those gaps in the swords and get out of it. So it's kind of, you run the risk when you have the sword, this Eight of Swords card, you run the risk of kind of feeling helpless or feeling, very vulnerable, feeling sort of as though you're being held captive. You can't move forward, but really the only one sort of imprisoning themselves here is you. You have, by releasing whatever this, this thinking is, you'll be able to get out of this situation. So if it's in the job sector, if you're not happy where you are, and you're feeling trapped at that job, or, I have to keep doing it because I need the money, but you're feeling very trapped, you're not. You could apply for other jobs. There are other jobs out there. Maybe it seems as though that's, something that's very difficult to do, but it's not. It's all about mentality and how we face these situations. So, get rid of that sort of victim mentality, this helpless mentality, and then get out of this situation, because it is all about having, or releasing yourself from these self-imposed restrictions. You have the power to do that. These are only thoughts, right? You definitely have the power to do that. And then the Ten of Cups as the overall energy for the month, that's a beautiful card. It's the happy home and family card. It's the happily ever after, right? The Ten of Cups is all about, it's the ultimate. It's the 10 of, water energy. So the ultimate in happiness and feelings and, relationships, emotions. So it's you just, feeling very joyful, very peaceful, very happy. It's spending time with family. It's, the happily ever after card. So it's all about, lots of blessings, lots of emotional fulfillment with this card. And with that sitting as the overall energy for the month, I do feel as though, these last two cards here, as you end the month of May heading into June, they're really more about, releasing this negative thinking, because you have the power to get out of whatever this negative thought pattern is here. And there are definitely new beginnings. As the Fool card, there's news coming in, definite expansion, opportunities. And then, there's a chance here for this ultimate happiness, and for you going through the month of May and reaching the end of May, feeling very happy. So it's releasing whatever this negative thought pattern is right here with this Nine of Wands and Eight of Swords. Let's take a look at your oracle cards. We have from the Sacred Traveler deck, Embracing Enthusiasm, and this card says, stop waiting on the sidelines. To heal your life and reach your goals, get up and take risks. That's funny. That was exactly what the Fool card was saying, right? Break a few rules. Shout to the heavens with joy and exuberance. Clap your hands with glee. Be silly. Don't hold back. Allow childlike wonder to flood your life. Take a day off work. Experience and celebrate even the smallest events of life. Discover what's great about each day. This is not the time to be reserved. Embrace every aspect of life. Smell the daisies. Good times are ahead if you just let loose a bit. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know, as unseasoned traveler believes that happiness only comes after one has reached the destination. However, the Sacred Traveler knows that the fastest way to manifest your dreams is to be happy now. You don't have to wait to experience joy. Your enthusiasm about what you already have will ignite miracles in your life. Without enthusiasm, something inside you sleeps. You must awaken. And then your relationships flourish, your health becomes vibrant, and your connection to the Creator deepens. That's really interesting because it is a mindset, right? About being enthusiastic, changing your mindset, which is exactly what I was saying about getting out of this negative thought pattern, and just trusting that, there's happiness right here and now, that the quickest way to manifest your dreams is to embrace this happiness now. So interesting. All right, let's take a look at the other card. This is card number, what did I say? Card number 1, Love-Based Reality. This card says, I am so nurtured whenever I surround myself with friends and family who support a love-based reality rather than a fear-based reality. I choose to devote myself to a reality that connects me to beauty, strengthens love in my life, and inspires, empowers, and fills me with joy. Nurturing a love-based reality sustains me in my life and keeps me buoyant whenever I face fears or self-doubt. It strengthens my capacity to be present and to be of great service to life on the planet. I bow in deep appreciation to all the people who have supported me to be my best and believed in me. As I grow in love and compassion, I naturally reflect the light of these energies to all those around me. And you do have this, you have the happy home and family, this happily ever after card. So that for some of you, there could definitely be, family, friends, family playing a significant role. Maybe lean on them to get you out of any, negative thinking towards the end of the month. And, and they're there for you. They're there. And by tapping into this, this love-based reality, the support of your friends, of your family, they could definitely help you with this new beginning, right? As you venture off on whatever this new path is, and to get out of this Nine of Wands and Eight of Swords over here. So I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month of May. Bye for now.